Hi, my name is Yakira, and this is our start presentation, and I would like to thank y'all for coming, and Miss Olivia and Mrs. Kim. Got it.
All right, so before we start the presentations, we wanted to give you a little overview of what our students have been doing so far. So semester one focused on studying the history and current events of Parkside, and we visited different sites, talked to community members, and community organizations to learn and understand a little more of the neighborhood. Then after that, students applied their knowledge of the neighborhood to design projects that support or enhance their community. And then semester two, which is coming up, students will select some of those projects and adapt them and install them in one of the 4 spaces that you will see later on. So to understand Parkside as a system, we use a tool called the Sustainability Compass, which you'll be seeing in a lot of the presentations. So this is Sustainability Compass identifies 4 main interconnected parts in a system. We have nature, economy, society, and well-being.
All right, so when we are talking about how we're understanding the systems around us, the beautiful part of the compass is that it works on a micro to macro level, right? So we can use it to understand our neighborhood. We've also been using it to craft our projects to be the most responsive and responsible that they can be. So right here you see essentially how we got started on everything. Parkside lives in the middle, and then those 4 points on the compass, again, nature, society, economy, and well-being, are all the points around it. On the next slide too, you'll see we're mapping out where each point falls, and then it gets insane conspiracy theory, where we connect all of the pieces, and we see that we're not just pieces in a larger universe, but we're all part of a giant web. So again, all of these projects are done with sustainability in mind. They're done with an eye to all of the important factors around us. And so you're going to see again, like Ms. Lydia said, this image coming again and again throughout these projects. And then, yeah, I say let's get started. London.
Yeah,
Sorry. As everybody is presenting, you'll see this is the area in detail that each individual will be proposing their project to be on. So we've got some drawings in the back, but right here, just so everybody is familiar, that's what we're looking at.
And all 4 spaces are on the campus of the high school.
Take them in one.
Good morning. So my proposal is called Get Brighter Day by Day by London. That's me. So what exactly are we doing? We will be refurbishing the outdoor basketball court by adding permeable pavements to create better for the environment. So why are we doing this? By fixing the basketball court, we create a sustainable space for both the people and the environment. Not only are we fixing the courts, but we'll be adding color to it just because the psychological facts show that the more color that we add into environments, they increase dopamine levels in the brain. So how? We'll be digging up the ground for the basketball courts, and we'll be replacing them with permeable pavement. It'll be concrete. So what are permeable pavements? A permeable pavement is a surface of open pore pavers, concretes, or asphalt with an underlying stone reservoir. Using this is better for the environment. So you can see this is what it'll look like. This is what gravel looks like, this is what concrete will look like, and this is what asphalt will look like. Did the community want this? So as I went around interviewing lots of people from both BCHS and Inquiry, they showed that a lot of people wanted the basketball court to be fixed just because of the current state of how it is. So our budget. The main the main income that we'll be receiving, that we'll try to receive, is from the PADEP environmental grant, which will be applying for $40,000. $42,750 will come from the permeable pavement that we have to get to include into the court. So for rim and nets, because we also want to fix the rims and the nets because they're also very broken. So for $120, we can get 3 rims, and for $37, we can get 3 nets. We'll also need 20 gallons of paint to accomplish our goal of repainting the basketball court in the area around it. And our total cost from everything that doesn't include, from the money that we will be getting from the grant will be $3,110. Our timeline. So from February to March, we'll be fundraising, planning, and establishing partnerships. From April to early May, we will acquire materials and start the building process. From late May to early June, we will finish building and launch the finished product. So this is our compass. So for nature, we can see that it will prevent floods because a lot of the asphalt and the concrete, without the permeable pavements, they don't allow the water to seep into the ground. So when we add that into the ground, we will prevent floods, which help keep the water in the soil. For economy, with fewer floods, we'll be able to have more business. For well-being, more business equals more opportunities, and society, better looking environments create happy people. Yep. Thank you.
Let's go, Data. Go, D-Rock. All right. Okay.
Hey, do you want the basketball court, or do you think the picture of this? Then you can kind of see the spaces over here.
Yeah, I guess. So, hello everyone. My name is Deron Regan. I am an 11th grader at Stripes.
So sorry. Aisha is helping us in the back record this presentation, so she was second, so you should be on number 3 now. So we just switched forward. 4? Sorry, number 4.
Yeah.
Because we have
Project 3 is the mailbox.
Okay, so you are currently on number 4.
Sorry, thank you.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
So basically that's the area that I want to work on, but this is called the Stripes Food Truck. It's proposed by me. My name is Deron Regan. I'm a local grader at the Stripes program, and so far it's been really great to me. So here is going to be the layout. On this screen, you cannot really see it because it's going to be on the left side of it, but we'll put the circle there so I can see. This is going to take up to 3 to 4 spaces of parking, but the food truck is going to appear only after school. Due to it being in school, lunches, we can't have lunches and can't let them leave the school, school grounds and school building to go get lunch for over here. This will be offered to anybody after school, and the money from this will go to fundraising, and we also have the basketball court. So if you want to combine this with London's, her refurbishing the basketball court is a great idea, and it also helps me for basketball courts for coming together as a community more athletically and physically, in case you just don't want to eat, but they all get tired at some point, so we're going to have that. This is my compass. You can read some parts of it if it feels that you need to about nature, well-being, and economy. But the most impactful for me is society. This will provide workshops for communities, as in their own businesses and influencing their own businesses. I want to partner with Viola Street Gardeners. They are across the street, but they have gardens, obviously, but they have gardens. They grow vegetables. They grow a lot of stuff. But they're inactive. So the vegetables just sit there, and I just think we should just put it to use. But if we can't, or if we can, I want to also join the Share Food program to get more resources and food to try to feed the community with their own community, with their own community environments resources. But I would try to try to see if we can get to like a fresh grocery market, or like just with fresh meats and fresh proteins. This also provides job training for us future adults in the community. It gives us experience. And the most important for the school, for this, that can also really help the school, is the CSH, which is Community Service Hours. They are given to volunteering students of BCHS. So we can also get the community service hours from that, from serving the community. This is my timeline for February to March. We would do fundraising, planning, establishing partnerships. So I want to get all those partners and make sure that we have a good connection, so when it all comes together, we don't all fall apart. April and early May, acquire materials, visit farms, gardens to learn how to replace it, all that. So in case the gardeners aren't there, we can put it in our own hands and try to safely get vegetables from it and all that. And getting licensed and getting permits is a big, very, very important for me to do. So I'm gonna have that in the middle of that. In late May and early June, once I'm pretty sure we got everything settled, we will launch it. And hopefully it will be great for the people to come see. Partners, I will like I said earlier, Viola Street Garden. As you can see the garden in the background, very big, very big. And beyond that garden, you can see the Belmont. The house is close to Belmont over there. But in the middle of that is Belmont right there. Ignite is an after-school program we have at BCHS, and it's run by Dwayne Wiggins. He's the owner, the owner of Ignite. He would be very resourceful and very good to have with the partner there. The Share Food Factory, like I said. And this is my budget. Food trucks are going to cost $20,000 to $30,000. Vehicle maintenance will cost $1,000 to $5,000. Permits, licenses, and insurance, $500 to $1,000. Gardening tools, $150 to $235, depending on how good the quality you want it to have. These are all due for good quality. So the max is good quality, the less is cheap and affordable quality. Kitchen equipment and appliances, $25,000 to $100,000. But total, this is average, $98,750. The Stripes budget, $1,000. But Lowell's community grant will give us $525. And the Stripes fundraiser, $10,000. Hopefully we can get to that. We have to go GoFundMe and all that, but I will try to get that together. Together for funding will be $11,525. So hopefully that works. Thank you for your attention. In case you want to have any questions, got 1 minute, got good 10 seconds in case you have any questions. Here's my link, here's my number, just in case you commit with it. Questions?
Just about the menu, like, what you gonna be serving, what's one thing that you
I'm gonna ask the community for that, so.
Alright, so you are actually going back to number 3 right now. This is the mailbox project.
Mike, we can get the
I think it's a good time though, honestly, Aisha, this is really great. Everybody gets a minute to catch up on their writing so that when we are fixed up, then we're all fixed up. You know? Opportunities everywhere. Also a hi and welcome to anybody who may have just come in. This is Aisha with the Mailbox Project. Just to get you guys up to speed in your, in your program. Excellent. All right. All right. Are you sure you can't put on the movie without the music?
So my project is called the Mailbox Story. My project is a small area that consists of benches, pillows, flowers, and writing utensils. My why. The reason why I chose this project was because some people don't really like to open up to other people, so I got this idea from our Drexel thing, and basically all you have to do is write a letter, put it in the mailbox, and someone else can respond. It can be anonymous or you can write your name. My timeline. For February, we can do more planning. March and early April, we can do fundraising and partnerships. Late April and May, we can get materials and start building. Early June, we can launch. My projects, when it comes to the compass, my projects relies more on well-being, emotional support, feeling safe, and awareness. And this is my budget. We have 5 benches, 4 flower beds, 2 mailboxes, a storage bin, pillows, envelopes, paper, and color pens, and the total is $1,363. And this is what it looks like. And for maintenance, our OSD program for BCHS and Stripes can work on keeping the area clean and safe. And that's it.
Hi, I'm Jakira, and today my project I will be presenting is called Outside Musical History.
So I'm gonna give everybody a minute. Were you able to find it? Okay,
So-
project 5.
And so, Olivia, were you on the right space? In terms of the side, this is the.
Yes.
Yeah.
This would be the table of content. For we will have the purpose of the project, what is the project, why am I doing the project, the budget, and the compass. The purpose of our project would be to let kids who don't really express themselves in school be able to express themselves throughout music. Knowing that kids nowadays obviously listen to a lot of music, and that's how they express themselves and the creativities. What is the project? So basically it will be there, and we'll have like a whole bunch of like kid instruments and like probably like some nice like musical histories of like from when music first started to who created what music, like jazz, hip hop, and like all culture musics. Thank you. And that would be how it is. Like the drums, wind chimes, we'll see. And let me keep it. because nowadays some kids have trouble expressing themselves verbally. So most kids would like to express themselves throughout different types of music and different genres of the music, which would seem more easier for kids who are not very verbal. The budget. We will have outdoor xylophones, which will probably be 4, 2 outside drum sets, 4 wind chimes, and 3 benches so the kids can be comfortable while learning or listening to the music, which will all come up to $728, hoping to partner with Ignite or other fundraisers. Oh my goodness. Next, please. This is the compass. Well-being, kids interacting. Most in school, kids are mostly just sitting down, not really interacting, just listening to a teacher talk, which most kids really would find, amusing. So being outside, kids are interacting with each other while also learning. And also a mental break for schools. You're not worried about listening to a teacher for hours and minutes. You're outside learning, but also having fun with your friends and expressing yourself. Next. While doing interviews, I've learned that more kids would like to have a better playground and different spaces to express themselves and have fun. Better foods, of course, so they get to have a little snack break while outside and all that. And then a creative, fun, and safe environment for the kids.
Very amazing names.
6. So this is project number 6.
Well, from this, my name is Palmer Alexander. Love to be at Belmont High School, First Stripes. And my project idea is the Belmont Poppies, which is genuinely as straightforward as it sounds. It's basically like a corner store for Belmont. These are the items I'll be hoping to sell in the store. I'm open for suggestions, add in, anything, honestly. Next slide, please. The Belmont Poppies can lead to more students eating, because the one big thing I got is that in high school, you grow the most during puberty, and I feel like that's where the most people gain like a eating disorder, but they don't eat as much, School lunch may not always be up to par, and the bodies just get used to not eat throughout the day. I feel like it's not something that people can deal with. But my Poppies can also be easier fundraising for the school, Daddy idea, I didn't know about Daddy's idea, but hearing his idea, flyers and stuff can really be like on these outside places near the school. So when they go out here and get these snacks and stuff, they see these flyers and we promote these ideas from the school. It leads to more student participation and leads to better learning from students eating. Next slide, please. Why? We interview people our age, higher, lower, and one thing in common was that they wanted better food. They wanted something better to eat. And I feel like I really understand that through all grades and through all ages because it's something everybody can enjoy. This is my compass. One big thing for me is just nature, recycling resources, using resources, helping the community, also keep the space clean. Because we have a store there, keep everything around it clean. Because I'm not gonna have a store and it's gonna be trash right there and trash right here. Probably have a trash can, which is gonna help me keep the space clean and things like that. Next slide. This is the timeline. February and March, hopefully we can gather materials and fundraise for it, right? Late March and April, I feel like we can begin, building this stand. That's one thing. I also want the stand to be built. I like the idea of putting my hands into it. Buying inventory, designing, setting up, and by May, hopefully we can take off the idea. Next slide, please. Long-term maintenance, stripes and student volunteers, people just helping the store can help Belmont, you know? So it's like volunteers that want to help the school can help the store. Next slide. And then this is the budget. You know, unfortunately, the budget isn't down to specifics because everything isn't really dealt down to the T. You know, I don't know exactly what the materials I want to buy. I don't know exactly how big I want to make it because I really just want to hear everybody's voice saying I want to really get the community involved. It's going to be a community store. I want everybody to have an idea. The total budget, maybe maximum, if anything, would be $1,800, and with the Lowe's grant, which could lead to $500 to $800, you know, it could take a load off that price with the help of fundraising. You know, thank you for your time.
Okay, so I'm Anaya, and the project with Rosen is student lounge and counseling. What am I proposing? A safe place, stress-free environment for students, privacy, snacks, comfy and cozy place, clean and pleasant smelling, relaxation. Benefits: it improve mental health, improve grades, improve attendance, and improve fights. Conclusion: how I came up with this was interviewing mostly high school students. They wanted like a place where like they could feel safe. They can just like get away from everybody, everything negative. This is my compass. It's mainly about the well-being with mental health and everything. In economy, if you could look at it, you could. Timeline: February and March, I want to do fundraising, planning, establishing partnerships. By April, we should be building and get raw materials, and by May, we should launch. For the maintenance, high school students should do it. You're mature enough to clean up instead of having adults do your dirty work. Budget for carpet, it could be around $1,000. Furniture, $500. Decor, $100. And lights as well. And the total would be $1,700. Cost of doing nothing. In one state of untreated mental illness included $3.3 billion. In indirect costs, $708.5 million. In direct health care costs, around $185.4 million. In non-health care costs. Here's a survey that was filmed on a website. Students and everything filled out, and it's like going up as the years go. And the real cost, if we do nothing, it could affect our future. That's it.
So this is project number 8, bobsled.
Hello everyone, my name is Aaron, and the project is Bugsy. Details of my project is that students will be studying bugs and studying bugs at the memorial garden, like bees, ants, beetles, worms, and field bugs. There will be a card with a picture of information on it of each bug. Students will use the card to find the bug. After finding the bug, students can learn more about them by observing them in the natural. Oh, this is the garden. This is the garden where the bugs would be studied at. I took Carter idea and did it. We visited like third graders and we asked them like what did they want to draw in their life. Area says sandbox, two benches and a rainbow, and this one was zip line and water slide. So I picked this one. Not just society. Alright. So the compass, I chose society. It's like more like effective with the project because it partners with Viola Street Gardeners. Animals attract interest and connection to learning, and it provides young and elderly people with a space to spend time that makes the neighborhood beautiful. Oh. The partners that we're partnering with is Playing with People, White Youth Volunteer Court. And they like collect plastic and make make plastic for the cars to go in. So the kids can use them, research about the bugs. And Parkside Journals to let the neighbors know about the bug site that is at our school, and it helps bring their children. A timeline. We'll be planning and establishing the partnerships in March. By April, early May, we'll acquire materials and build the game. Late May, early June, we'll launch the project. Term maintenance, students like the youngs and Viola Street Garden, Ignite, BCHS, and BSHS stripes. Our budget. So the soil will cost $50. The pollinator plants that will in each garden will have a pollinator plant, and that'll cost $50. And the trimmers for the plants will be $30. And the sprinkler to keep the soil clean and all that and refresh will be $102. So all that up is $302. And the stripes budget will cover everything. So yeah. And thank y'all.
And this is Adam's proposal. So Adam's proposal is a sculpture shining light on I forgot my papers, hold on a second.
Project 11. This is project number 11.
All right, so Adam's proposal is a sculpture shining light on the rebirth of beauty within the ugly. And especially since in this town, it kind of looks old and run down and not that sticking out. So the goal of my sculpture is to inspire others to find their own beauty and appreciate it. And so this is a quick sketches of an idea. So it's kind of I wanted a hand sticking out as a proposal type thing, for an idea of beauty and life. And this is a phlox flower, which is actually native to Philadelphia. It's pink. It's a hand sticking out, and it represents an offering of beauty, and it's your chance to take it. So this is all right. So we can say art is the most accessible gateway to human condition, and art makes you reflect on everything, your past, the future, and what, basically reality, because I guess that's the point of art. And it's proven that places with art and or nature even combined leads to a more productive or happy community. So like well-being, it's overall just nice. And you know, I'm sure everyone can agree on that. So how this connects to the compass, the rose, it used to be a rose. The phlox represents the beauty of nature, and it is located in the garden here. It was originally going to be in the front, but I originally wanted it, but I didn't think that was ideal because I think the back would be more ideal because this the garden right now is going to be filled more with color. As you walk through it, it's kind of like an experience, like a walk through it, and when you get to the end, when it's located at the back, you're going to see the sculpture there at the back. So, and society messages people to society that beauty exists everywhere. A new art proposal instead of something like a mural. There's nothing wrong with murals. You don't see many sculptures around this area. And well-being areas with art and nature are proven to be better for mental well-being. And this is me talking to some third graders, and we all gathered feedback from around the school. And they said chill, quiet place, something to bring the community together. One kid said pool/jacuzzi. Another kid said ultimate Ninja Warrior obstacle thing. And another kid said a water slide that goes into the pool / and more color and more color around the school overall. Because I also think color affects mood as well. I think that's proven. I think so. We're working with Miguel El Cubo. He's a sculptor. He's very famous around here. He's a very good, talented man. And the budget should be around $700, around $1,000, because it's not going to be that big. It would be nice if we could make it like really big. Yeah, that's the budget, around $700 to $1,000 maybe dollars. And it will be ready for launch in late May. And thank you, everyone.
Good afternoon, my name is Sapo, and my project kind of piggybacks off of London's with the basketball court. So London's is trying to make it more environmental friendly. My design it's kind of like to combine both of the schools into one space that they all use. When I first came to the school in my freshman year, everybody was using the basketball courts after school, playing basketball, playing games. So I thought an idea, why not? Because Inquiry also uses that space for their gym. They come outside, they play basketball, they play dodgeball, and they use that area way more than the high schools do. So why not add them into it since it's not just Belmont? So on one side, it would kind of be like Inquiry, it would be their design, it would have their mascot or their logo, one or the other, just the other side of it. But it have that, and on the other side, it would be Belmont's name. So like Belmont's colors, the tiger, all that. So it's inclusive to both sides, and it's not just a one school thing. Next slide. What the community stakeholders want, they really want a space like some people have, some other presenters have said, a space for them to enjoy themselves. Why not with sports? A lot of people in school love sports, basketball. If y'all ever been to one of Belmont's basketball games, football games, there's always a lot of supporters. So that's kind of what they do. They love sports and they kind of use that as a gateway to interact with each other. So making the basketball courts look better to now they want to be there more than anything else. And rather enjoy going outside, which is also a good thing because you need the fresh air, so you can feel better about yourself and you know, hey, I can do this. And it's kind of a reminder that you can do what you want when you put your mind to it. My compass is kind of like I was saying, more inclusive. So for society, it's access to nature, you get to see your environment and place to spend time with your friends. The economy is free for the community. You can just come in, have fun, enjoy yourself, and do what you want. Go home, not do what you want. It's a long-term maintenance materials, so people will really be there and with their friends and family if they choose to.
for nature, it's a clean space. I thought EMS was going to use asphalt there, but we're not going to do asphalt. We're going to keep it local. If people from the community, anybody can come in, enjoy themselves, have fun, and really indulge themselves in their life. For well-being, you feel better. It's a nice workout and you're having fun, so you're not just sitting in a seat, kind of like how you are right now, sitting in a seat and just listening. You're actually outside interacting with not just yourself but others.
Right.
Next slide, please. Timeline, February to March, fundraising, planning, and establishing partnerships. I'm thinking partnerships because I want to make this, like I want to add plants, tree, like little tiny trees so people can see, oh, it's not just basketball. It's a nice environment for you to be in. Early April to early May, we're acquiring the materials, we're painting, we're making the designs. I also want to have some students for that. So also, if staff want to help you, also can do that. We can help them paint the court and make it look nice and pretty for everyone. Late May, early June, we're going to launch it. We're going to have it out there, and everybody, hopefully, most likely, will love it and enjoy the stuff. Long-term maintenance will be Ignite and Stripes, but I want it to be mostly the Stripes students, the current Stripes students, because they were also a part of this and they were also a good indicator of, hey, we should do this. The budget is $10,104. Most of the money comes from the paint. The second most is the backboards, because you can't play basketball on a backboard, let's be honest. So we're gonna paint it, we're gonna make it look nice. I was thinking maybe we can probably get the price lower if we use Lowe's Community Grant, which the highest level grant is $100,000. So I'm not going to use all of that from Lowe's. We also want to make it, again, inclusive with the community doing fundraisers, selling food, snacks, just like that. Kind of like what Mr. Wiggins is doing currently for our Canada trip. Next slide. Thank you for your time.
Regaining the peace. I'll send an affirmation on this. We are at 13.
Hello.
Yes, 13.
So, sorry, this is our last presentation, and it should be number 13.
Right. Kind of nervous right now. Right. Good morning, guys. How are we?
You're doing good.
Doing great.
Yep.
This is my project called Regaining the Peace. Named Joe Will. Alright. Community stakeholders, they want peace in general. Let me just say that. A more creative space so that way we can all, enjoy ourselves and be the best students we can be possible. Next slide, please.
Julio, go back to in the bottom part.
I apologize. All right. Based on that, my project Regaining the Peace will be based on building and installing birdhouses, trash cans and benches for campus. Mainly trash cans for litter because if we don't keep our school clean, then we won't have a good school. I see that like that.
Right.
Right. Regaining the peace and impacts well-being. Because the green spaces will improve mental health for a lot of us. I have a problem with mental health. We all do. Right. This will put people at peace a lot. I'm telling you guys, it will. Providing a source of nature viewing for our students while roaming around our campus. Striving, being great. Yes. February, March will be fundraising, planning, establishing partnerships. April, early May, we will acquire materials, build, and visit YVC. YVC is a program that I work with personally. It's basically like, we build little stuff for the environment. It's bringing them together. It's It was nice. I love YBC. I want you guys to work with YBC too. I will. Advice from the community on how to rebuild it. Late May, I'm gonna launch this project. These are a couple pictures. I would like to team up with Belmont and YBC. I'm really leading this, so. Yeah. Budget will come to a total of $1,330. Materials for birds. That's mainly where most majority coming from, except for the wood that's going to be rented from YBC. Because I know the manager of YBC personally. So, thank you.
I would thank y'all for coming here and listening to all of our presentations, and just thank you guys.
You're welcome.
We're open to any questions now.
So do we all come up here or we just sit here and just?
I think sit there. We can sit there. We only have 1 minute, yeah.
Please don't be shy.
You got this.
Question for Aisha. Do you have this idea about the mailboxes that you explained a little about, and knowing, will you just say a little bit more about the process of what, you were talking a little about mental health, and then the process that happens with the mailbox. Can you say a little more detail about that? Well, there's 3 mailboxes, you said. Can you say what happens with each mailbox?
So with 2 mailboxes, you can write a letter on whatever you want, whether it's about your mental health, school, or whatever. And then for that 1 mailbox that's left, someone can open one of those 2 mailboxes and read whatever you wrote. It can be anonymous or not. They can give you an advice on that 1 mailbox that's left.
Any other pressing questions? I know that you're recording your questions, and we'll get those to the kids. Are there any other immediate questions?
I actually do have one.
Yeah.
What degree are you considering combining some of the projects? Because, for example, the last project would work really well with kind of like the bugs feed the birds and things like that. And I think really some of them, they have some really nice synergies. So looking into how you can combine some of those would be a great opportunity.
Yes.
What an
Well, and
amazing
I'm really,
segue.
it's an amazing segue. So, my name is Virginia, for folks I haven't met. I also work behind the scenes in the Stripes program. And so just to let you know in terms of what's next with this, and on that initial flyer that we did, we're just at the first part of a 3-part process. The next one is refining our projects and gradually looking for those points of overlap. So this initial one, we wanted the individual students to kind of think big and to put their ideas out there. And I definitely heard, like you did, some of those possibilities. I'm sure the students kind of heard things and saw things in a new way as well. And what we start doing now in the project refinement stage, if you think back to the time of COVID, sorry if you repressed it, but there was a Swiss cheese model, right? And they talked about particles, and then, so we kind of do a similar sort of filter of projects at this point. So again, we told the students, dream big, and now we start bringing in different layers of reality, whether it's timeline, budget, licensing permits, right? So facilities, so Stacy Wolf is going to be, you know, who's in charge of facilities at the network, is going to be our first filter. And so she's going to let us know kind of what is realistic at the high school and what we might need to reconsider, or what's just not going to fit within our the time frame that we have to do some of these. And then we're like that Tonka truck, you know, that bumps into an obstacle, then backs up and kind of changes course. And so we're going to be doing that as we go through these filters. And so in terms of like the surfaces, you know, last year we had a lot of playground equipment that was being proposed. And so we went over to Smith Playground and we talked to them there about some of the things to keep in mind. And so with a lot of those different themes that you saw in here, like I heard a lot around mental health and well-being, definitely a lot around, you know, installing benches and some of those things. We're going to now look behind the scenes and coordinate guest speakers and experts and site visits so that the kids can see exactly what is involved in these different pieces. As we go through those filters, we gradually narrow down to just a handful of projects. And so by spring break, we're going to have narrowed those down. We have 4 possible sites, so we could have 4 projects, or maybe we'll have 2 or 3. We just don't know. It's one of the wonderfully exciting and a little nerve-wracking parts of this project, but it really is guided purely by the students. And then the groundbreaking is after spring break. And that's where we begin getting out there even more often than we do now to begin installing. Our goal this year, we learned from last year, we got all the way down to the end of the school year and it was awesome, but then everyone left for the summer. And so we're like, wait, so this year we're gonna push to have our ribbon cutting, which everyone will be invited to, about 2 weeks from the end of the school year. So then we had 2 weeks to really also, as part of our evaluation of the success of the sites, to be able to see people interacting and using the sites, and for the teachers at both Inquiry and the high school to begin thinking about what are ways that we can take some of this really cool stuff that's happening outdoors and bring it into curricular programming indoors, or what are ways I can bring my classes out to engage in these spaces in new ways. So we learn every year. Your feedback will be immensely helpful. Your questions and things. There's also on the very last page, I've lost all sense of where my pages are, but there is a page that says, are you interested in collaborating? And so if you could put any thoughts or ideas, or if you know of someone or a site who would be a really good resource for kind of thinking through some of these ideas, please list that there. So thank you again. Any final words from the team? Terrific.
Thank
So,
you.
oh yeah.
I just wanted to say that I tried to capture as much as possible, but I wasn't very good at capturing everything that I was feeling. I think it was very inspirational. I was really surprised about how well the projects are. I like the fact that it connected, it had a large connection with the community. We talked about the Viola Garden, Parkside, the Parkside Journal, and I immediately started thinking, and I understand that this is the semester's end, but I started thinking how this should be brought to the attention of some of our political representatives. I think Councilwoman Garcia would really be interested in what's going on with the strike program and what these students are doing. After something like this right here, if she has time, I'm quite sure she would be really interested in being a part of it. I started thinking about vested in some CDFIs that really would like to work with minorities. The entrepreneurship of all of this was just very impressive, and I just don't feel like I captured everything here, but I really was so impressed by all of the projects, and I just think that I'm just really happy that I was able to see this.
Therese, will you introduce yourself to these guys so that they know who you are, like as a... Yeah, 'cause maybe they want to talk to you in the future.
Okay, well, my name is Joyce Smith. I'm a resident of East Parkside. I also serve on the board of Centennial Parkside CDC. I'm also, my hubby is with the Viola Street Garden, and we're community and stuff like this. I know the CDC has some capacity to work with you guys. There's also the East Parkside Residents Association, we may have also associated with them. And one of the things that we say, but one of the things that we say of a lot of the things that we're doing, like the Black Urban Theater, which is right on 40th Street, we need more youth. You know, we don't have enough youth participating, and that's something that, you know, if it can be fit into you guys' busy schedule, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And so, on your way out, please leave your feedback packet at the table there, and I just would ask for one more round of applause for all of the kids.
I think the students did a great job. All of you are so well spoken and articulate.
And especially,
Very impressed.
and especially you all like overcoming not having school yesterday,
That was a
so
big thing.
it was, yeah, yes.
Yesterday was supposed to be a big program.
Yeah, yeah, you guys did it. So thank you all, thank you so much.
Thank you all for your time.